there, Cosmic Warriors, and welcome back to another video. And if you are new here, my name is Hannah. I am a Western Practical Astrologer. Okay, so in today's video, we are going to be exploring the relationship between your sun sign and your moon sign. What do they say about you? Stay tuned because we are going to get into it. But before we do, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button and click the bell. And if you are interested in booking a reading with me, then you can visit my website, hannahselsewhere.com. There you can also find all of my astrology products. And if you want new videos early, ad-free, plus PDF guides and daily forecasts, then head on over to my Patreon. And I do just want to take a moment to say thank you so much to my patrons over there for all of your support. As always, I hope you find this video to be helpful. Let's do this. All right, so the synodic cycle of the sun and moon is about 28 to 29 days. So you know how the moon goes from new to new? This process repeats itself and it repeats itself. Well, a big contributing factor to the process of the moon's phases is thanks to the sun, okay? This is because the moon reflects the light of the sun. Naturally, Earth also plays a role. When we experience a new moon, the moon is between the sun and the Earth. But during a full moon, the Earth is between the sun and the moon. The stages of the moon goes from new, waxing crescent, first quarter, waxing gibbous, full, waning gibbous, third quarter, waning crescent. And then, of course, back to new again. The moon waxes, meaning it increases in strength, going from new to full. And then it wanes, meaning decreasing in strength, from full to new. And with each astrological season, the sun and moon welcome a different cycle. Then these cycles, of course, they repeat year after year. The sun then represents our conscious self, our ego, our purpose, our direction, right? How we express ourselves, this outward expression. And the moon represents what is subconscious, what is unconscious and hidden. The moon then shows us our inner worlds, what we need in order to feel safe and comfortable, our emotional world, our feelings, and also how we react to things. But because the sun shines its light on the moon, it's as if our inner world is influenced by the sun's rays. Our outer world is then also influenced by our subconscious, by our own darkness. We express parts of the moon via the sun, and we feel parts of the sun via the moon. They work together in our chart. It is important to look then at the relationship between your sun and moon, because you will discover how your inner and outer worlds function. So let's go through the sun and moon aspects. Do let me know in the comments what your sun and moon combination is. Now for this video, I'm using traditional aspects, but do also consider modern aspects. For more information as well about aspects, I have a series. I've made a series, so do check that series out. Sun and moon in the same sign. Sun-moon conjunction. This means you were born during or nearing a new moon. This is your conscious and unconscious joining together in one sign. Not only do you express yourself like the sign that the sun and moon are in, you also feel like that sign on the inside. Therefore, you may be a highly authentic person, real, honest. You might also be independent with a great awareness of what you want and also how to get it. You can be rather aware of your actions and your choices. Naturally, when you're younger, you might have been more reactive about such matters, right? Not to mention, there can also be times when your strong feelings and emotions, they can take over. Still, sun and moon in the same sign indicates willpower, determination, depth, and emotional insight, emotional strength. And the strength of this energy is more intense if your sun and moon are the same degree. And it's still going to be strong if your sun and moon are 10 degrees apart. Now, if you were born during a waning crescent phase, you might be a rather reflective person. Okay, so this then would mean that you were just about to approach, so when you were born, the moon was about to go into a new phase, basically. So yes, you can be a highly reflective person. You can be empathetic when expressing the qualities and traits of that sign. And if you were born during a waxing crescent phase, so the new moon has happened and it's starting to then build again, you might be eager, eager to express the qualities and traits of that sign. You can be adventurous. You can be bold. Moving on to sun and moon in aversion. When your moon sign is the next sign over from your sun sign, or when your moon sign is in the next sign over from the sign opposite your sun sign, this then would mean that the sun and moon are in aversion. So you might have been born during a waning crescent or a waning gibbous moon, or during a waxing crescent or a waxing gibbous moon. But firstly, with the sun and moon being in aversion, it can feel like your sun sign and your moon sign, they speak different languages. As if these signs do not have much in common, okay? And so when you express your sun, it can feel like your moon is under threat, as if you do not feel very safe. After all, the moon is so much about our emotional security, our emotional needs. And so you might question yourself at times. But then there can also be times when you react to things emotionally. But then later on, you sort of question, where did that come from? You know, what came over me in that situation? You might ask yourself, why was I not aware of myself and my reactions there? If you were born more closely to a new moon or during the waning and waxing crescent phases, perhaps you're more likely to reflect and to kind of ponder over your emotions and your feelings. But if you were born closely to the full moon, okay, so during more of the waning and waxing gibbous phases, you might feel more charged up and eager to let out how you feel. And important to note, of course, make sure to consider the sign your sun and moon are in, because of course they're going to show those qualities and traits. All right, so sun and moon sextile. This is when your sun and moon signs are 2 signs apart, typically during a waning or waxing crescent moon. Sextiles then point to support and assistance. They have a Venus-like quality to them. There are times when your conscious self needs support from your unconscious, and times when your unconscious requires assistance from your conscious self. You can come across as soothing, caring. You can come across as supportive, all right, supportive toward others, willing to help others as well. You might also be great at listening, but you also care about being listened to by others. You strive for balance and harmony within your relationships, but then again, do be mindful of codependency or putting your own needs to the side. You might be big on personal development as well, though. Now, the strength of this energy is more intense if your sun and moon are at the same degree. And it's still going to be strong if your sun and moon are 10 degrees apart within the sextile. Now, If you were born during a waning crescent phase, you might be reflective and responsive to others. You care about the needs of others, which is expressed with greater ease. But then if you were born during a waxing crescent phase, you tend to focus on your own goals and your wants. You might reach out to others for some friendly and social support. You do seek feedback, but you're still going to do your own thing. Quick side note, I was born during a waxing crescent phase in Aries. So I've got my sun in Aquarius, and then that's creating sextile to my moon in Aries. So I was born during that sun moon sextile. But yes, born just a couple of days after a new moon in Aquarius took place. Sun moon square. Okay, so this is when your sun and moon signs are 3 signs apart, typically during a first quarter moon or a third quarter moon. This can also be during other moon phases, of course, just to note. But squares point to challenge and friction. They have a Mars-like quality to them. So there are times when your conscious self conflicts with your unconscious, and then times when your unconscious is challenged by your conscious self. This also suggests tension between what you want and what you need, okay? Between your ego and your emotions. You can come across at times as unsettled, restless, as uncomfortable at times as well. And on the inside, it can feel as if, things are conflicted about what you desire, about your path and your direction. Maybe others are quick to argue with you, or you're sensitive to conflict and disagreements. Therefore, a challenge for you is to regulate your emotions and to align yourself with your purpose. You also express your emotions in a way that works for you rather than against you, and to feel recognition from within. Now, the strength of this energy is going to be more intense if your sun and moon are the same degree. And it's still going to be somewhat strong, if your sun and moon are 10 degrees apart within the square. Now, if you were born during a first quarter moon, you might be eager to step up to any challenge that you face in life. And if you were born during a third quarter moon, you have a decent understanding of what your weaknesses are and your strengths as well. And you continue then to make these remarkable adjustments. Sun, moon, trine. So this is when your sun and moon signs are 4 signs apart, typically during a waning or waxing gibbous moon. Trines point to enhancement and talent. They have a Jupiter-like quality. So there are going to be times when your conscious self is enhanced by your unconscious, and then times when your unconscious is enhanced or sort of blessed by the gifts from your conscious self. You can come across as confident, enthusiastic, ambitious, willing to tap into your gifts and your talents. You might also be great at inspiring others and making positive impacts on people around you. You tend to be likable and enjoyable to be around too, perhaps because you do so well at relating to others. You also see opportunities anywhere you go. But do be mindful of exaggerating or being over the top. Still, you believe in yourself, which is admirable. The strength of this energy is going to be much more intense if your sun and moon are the same degree, and it's still going to be strong if your sun and moon are within 10 degrees apart. So if they're 10 degrees apart within the trine, basically. And if you were born during a waxing gibbous phase, you might be an enterprising person, this visionary, with so many dreams, and you care as well about the sort of emotional impacts that you have on other people. And if you were born during a waning gibbous phase, you tend to be this inspirational teacher, right? Very eager to guide others with your wisdom and your insights. Lastly, sun and moon opposite, okay? In opposite signs. The sun and moon opposition. This means you were born during or nearing a full moon. This is your conscious and your unconscious being in opposite signs. Therefore, how you express yourself outwardly can feel so different to who you are or how you feel on the inside. And when you do react emotionally to something, it can feel like you aren't being authentic, as if you aren't being yourself. Not to mention, your emotions can be strong and very powerful. You can influence others around you strongly with your emotions, but you might not realize just how much. And whilst you seek emotional connections, it can be difficult sort of knowing how to get these things. Now, at the same time, you do need your freedom. You need your independence. You do not like feeling smothered by others. You're big on personal growth, right? Even think about how, of course, the sun is so much about the type of person we're striving to become in this life. It's so much about authenticity and individuality, right? So yeah, you're big on personal growth, personal development, but yet at the same time, you do crave harmony within your relationships. Therefore, this is about balancing these parts of yourself, recognizing, for example, when you need time alone versus when you seek to join in with others. Oppositions have a Saturn-like quality to them, indicating struggle and tension. The struggle and tension comes when you feel like these two parts of yourself are so opposite to one another. So times when you're not honest with yourself, times when you're not honest with other people as well, or times when you feel like you're being pulled in two different directions between how you feel and what you want. Again, this is about balance. This is about harmonizing these parts of yourself, holding space for both, joining them together as well. That can be very powerful. Now, the strength of this energy is more intense if your sun and moon are the same degree. And it's still going to be strong if your sun and moon are 10 degrees apart within the opposition. Now, if you were born during a waxing gibbous phase, you might be big on self-discovery, right? Your self-discovery journey is huge to you, and also just making helpful adjustments along the way. And if you were born during a waning gibbous phase, you might be seen as wise beyond your years, as if you've done so much inner work already. Okay then, Cosmic Warriors, so that concludes my video talking all about your sun and moon signs. Again, let me know your sun and moon combo in the comments, and let me know if you found this video to be helpful. Did you learn something new? I would really appreciate your feedback, and like you, I'm always learning. Again, thank you so much to my patrons over at Patreon for all of your support. And as always, let me know your thoughts and your opinions on today's video. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. And of course, if you would like to see more videos from myself and you have not yet subscribed, then make sure that you click that subscribe button and also give this video a like if you did like it today. And I will be back with another video very, very soon. Bye!